are surrounded by friends and peers, and once you go back home with your parents, it's totally different, the dynamics. And I remember like when I was growing up as a kid, I used to look up to my father, who was a doctor, and for me, excellence was everything. And I was like always striving to be the best in my class, to be the best among all the kids, be that school, be that sports. And I remember I was pretty good at it, but at all times I was under a lot of pressure. I always had a fear and anxiety within me that what if I am not able to live up to the expectations? What if I am not good enough? And when I was growing up in India, India is multi-ethnic, and there are a lot of religions that exist over there. And for me, God was important, but for me, God was someone who was useful. I would go to God for things like, God, give me a good grade, help me because I really need it. At other times, I was not going to God. My whole concept of God was that this God is useful to me. I go to Him when I need Him. But at other times, I don't need God. I have my own things to do. I have my own friends. I have my family. But when I would need something, I would go to God. And God for me was someone who was useful. Things went on and I got into one of the really good engineering schools in India. And I was a sophomore. I was 19 years old. And I was visited by one of my childhood friends. And I remember that evening when he was speaking to me, he spoke of me about something that totally changed my life from there on. I had known this kid since we were 5 years old. We did the whole K-12 together. And I remember that he told me about that day about Jesus Christ. Like how Jesus was born, how He came to the world, and how He died for me. When he told me this thing, it really struck me. And how can someone die for me? And I was like, not even my parents would die for me. Not even my best friend here who's speaking to me would die for me. Not even my sister would die for me. I was like, who is this Jesus? And that really resonated with me. And as I started meditating on it that night, He became more beautiful to me. And that night, my life really changed. Because God had become from useful to beautiful in my life. Because till that day, God was just a concept. He was an abstract concept. He was someone who I would go to just to like get something, get some favor, or get something useful for me. But now I knew that Jesus, who came on Christmas Day as a baby, helpless, lived 33 years on this earth, and He died for each one of us. And that really changed me. And my journey began. It's almost comparable to one of C.S. Lewis' novels, like how Lucy, when she opens the closet, the adventure opens up to her. And my life has never been the same. Every day, I live in adventure, because I put my trust in a God who's beautiful, not in a God who's useful, where I go to Him when I need Him. So with that, I will leave you, and Merry Christmas, and give Christ a chance, because God is beautiful. Thank you so much.